Hey M3 crew, so here's a quick primer on using the Jira board that we have set up. So the first thing you need to do is you need to log into our Jira account, which is petprojects.atlassian.net. From there, what you should do is go to the Agile drop-down. For you, the first time, you probably won't have the correct one in this list, so you'll click on More. And from there, you're going to look for M3 active projects, and you'll click. And then what we get is what's called a Jira board. And in the Jira board, it's got all the work that we're working on as a team. So you can see there's lots of different things in each one of these columns. And let me just go through these columns one by one just so everyone understands what we're doing here. So the to-do column is a list of all the work at the beginning of our planning, at the beginning of our sprint, which is 1 week in duration. And this is all the work that we decided that we're going to do. As you start working on stuff, you drag it over into the next column. So if I'm the person that's assigned to this, or this is work that I can do, I drag it into Dev Active and I start working on it. Once I've completed the work for that thing, I move it into Dev Complete. Okay, and in Dev Complete, it will sit there until someone has time to QA it. If someone is actively QAing, they will drag it into QA Active. When you've QA'd the work, you move it into business verification. When we've determined that it does what the acceptance criteria said it was going to do, then we move it into done. Now the rule that we have implemented, we haven't done a good job of being consistent with it yet though, is to make sure that you only have one thing in Dev Active or QA Active at a time. What we're trying to do is limit the work in progress for each person. So we want people to focus on one thing at a time, get it done, get it moved to the next phase, and then so on. So theoretically, we have Chris over here who's got something in QA Active. He should not have anything in Dev Active right now, and he doesn't. Likewise, you should only see your icon one time in this Dev Active area. So you can see Chuck's got 2 things he's working on at the same time. We're trying to minimize that. You can see John's got 2 things as well. So we would like to have only one thing in here at a time. But we'll kind of go from that. The other thing that we can do is I have these quick filters set up, so if you want to see the work that is assigned to you, maybe it's Gary, you click on Gary and it will show you the work that's there. So there's one thing that's not assigned. You can see it doesn't have an icon, an avatar assigned to it, which by the way, it makes everything a lot easier to see if you put your own avatar in here. But what would happen in Gary's case is when he gets ready to start working on this and starts actually doing the work, he'll drag it into Dev Active and he'll let it go there. It will stay there until he's done. When he's done, he'll move it to Dev Complete. It'll sit there until someone can QA it. It'll get moved on through the system. Now the way Jira works, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze, or maybe not. If you click on the link, it will come up with more information about the ticket here on the side. So you can see there's a description, you can see the status, you can see the reporter and who's it's assigned to. So actually this is what we call the summary. You got a description here. What we are advocating is as you move it from section to section that you put some comments in there, and you'll see a box will open up that will allow you to do that, and that's it. So you can see these things have estimates as well. So this particular story I have highlighted is a 0.5, which means it will take anywhere from 15 minutes to half a day. The other acceptable estimates are 1, which means up to a day, a 2, which means 2 to 3 days, and a 3, which means 3 to 5 days to complete the work. That really is kind of the primer, the basic steps to get you understanding how to use Jira and how to use the boards that we have. One thing I will tell you is that these are toggle switches, so if I click Michael as well, it's just going to show the ones that are Gary and Michael or unassigned. If I unselect all of them, then you get to see everything on the board. So that's it. I want to keep this video short just to get you started. Hopefully this helps, and we will talk to you soon.